What's going on YouTube? Mid-size trucks have been a growing segment for many years for those looking for truck capability without the massive size and price tags of full-size trucks. There is one truck that has always led the sales chart though, the iconic Toyota Tacoma. But with a brand new Chevy Colorado just released, promising loads of tech, style, and capability, does the Tacoma have something to worry about? Let's go ahead and compare them head to head. Now, like always, let's quickly establish the pricing and trims right from the start. Beginning with the all-new Colorado, we have the top trim level, which is called the Z71. It starts out mostly rugged, but after adding in some nice luxury and tech features as well, the total price is $46,406. Now heading to the Toyota, the equivalent rugged and nicely appointed model is the TRD Off-Road with the premium package. A few additional options brings its total price within spitting distance of the Colorado, at $46,922. Thankfully, even top-tier mid-size trucks are a lot less expensive than the full-size trucks these days. But let's get into the comparison and see just what they have to offer. So jumping right in with the exteriors, the Colorado is obviously all new this year, and with that comes a new design. The Tacoma has been on sale for a while, but it received a nice design update a few years ago, which has kept it looking fresh. They do have some similarities in the overall front look. But as far as the actual features, the Colorado Z71 comes standard with LED headlights, while the Tacoma has these incandescent headlights unless you purchase an additional option package. Both of them have fog lamps, and down below you'll find ground clearance of 9.4 inches on the Toyota and 8.9 inches on the Colorado, when you take off the removable air dam at least. We also have real metal skid plates on the Taco. Moving to the side, this new generation of Colorado is locked into only the 4-door crew cab configuration with a 5-foot bed. In comparison, the Tacoma TRD offers crew and access cab versions, and it also offers both 5 and 6-foot long bed choices. The wheels are 17-inch alloys on the Tacoma, 18-inch alloys on the Chevy, and both are wrapped in all-terrain tires. Rear design-wise, both continue their rugged looks. They have badging stamped into the tailgates, side exhaust outlets, and either chrome or black bumpers. Neither model features LED taillights, although the Colorado does have some LED accents. And in the back is where we'll start as we move into the individual features. While the tailgates aren't as advanced as they are in full-size trucks, the Colorado especially does bring in some impressive features. First off, both have dampened tailgates, but in the Chevy we have a new StowFlex storage option, which could be used for tools or as a cooler when tailgating, since there is a drain. Both have bed liners, lighting, and tie-downs, but in the Toyota some of them are on a rail system, which means they can be repositioned. The new Colorado keeps its class-exclusive bumper steps for getting inside the bed. Moving past that, both models have heated mirrors with blind spot monitoring. And as far as the other 4 main active safety features, both are excellent for the class with one exception. That exception is that the Colorado requires a technology package for adaptive cruise control, while that is standard on the Tacoma. One other difference is that Toyota picks up the maintenance tab for the first 2 years versus only 1 visit in the Chevy. Finally, towing is important even for smaller trucks, and the new 4-cylinder only Colorado can handle about 12% more weight. We're of course going to talk extensively about the powertrains later in the video, but first let's check out the cabins. So walking up to the trucks, both are going to have smart entry systems, with remote start on the fob for the Chevy only. It's worth noting, only the Tacoma has sensors behind the door handle. But once we open up the doors, you will see that the days of mid-sized trucks being penalty boxes of cheapness have long passed. There are quite a bit of luxury features on board, including heated black leather seats with 10-way power adjustment. The Colorado even has memory seats and a rare feature for the segment: seat ventilation. Let's get inside and evaluate the major category of overall materials. While no midsize truck has gone to the levels of their full-size peers, the Colorado focused more on delivering a refined interior experience with this new generation. Now after startup, the new Colorado has a customizable 8-inch digital gauge cluster, while the Toyota has a traditional analog one. Both steering wheels are leather wrapped and manually adjusting, but only the Colorado's wheel is heated. Now the next area to evaluate is interior storage, where both have really good storage solutions that are pretty equal. The center consoles are deep and both have wireless phone chargers up front. The shifters are both also traditional style ones, but once you go into reverse, you will see a nice new feature on the Colorado. It now has a 360-degree camera system, matching what the Tacoma has offered for a few years, but requires more options on this example. Both have dual-zone automatic climate controls, and now let's talk about the audio systems. The Tacoma has a 6-speaker JBL audio system, while the Colorado has a 7-speaker Bose system. They both sound pretty similar overall. But you heard me mention at the beginning that the Colorado has a lot more tech, and that comes into play here at the screen. It has a class-leading 11.3-inch touchscreen, compared to an 8-inch one in the Toyota. Software-wise, it has the newest Android Automotive base system, with built-in Google as well as wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. In comparison, the Tacoma hasn't yet upgraded to Toyota's newest infotainment system, and it has wired Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. One odd feature of the Colorado, though, is that Chevy eliminated the headlight stock and put the controls inside the display. For the times you need to use anything besides for automatic mode, such as turning on the fog lamps, this is pretty inconvenient. Finally, ending the front areas, both have auto-dimming mirrors, but only the Toyota has HomeLink remotes. And both of them have sunroofs along with power rear glass. In the back, both of them are crew cabs, so space is not half bad. That being said, it's the Chevy that will be more accommodating for tall passengers' legroom, although they have about the same headroom. As far as other amenities, the Colorado leads the pack, with rear vents and rear outlets, and it does also include a fold-down armrest, unlike the Taco. Both can fold the seats out of the way to reveal hidden under-seat storage. But there's still one critical area to cover, and that's the comparison out on the street, so let's get into that. For two trucks that have a somewhat similar aesthetic on the outside, they certainly don't share anything else. That continues under the hood, where the Toyota sticks with its tried and true 3.5-liter V6 engine. The Colorado, on the other hand, has gone to a 2.7-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder only lineup of choices. And the Z71 comes standard with the Plus output. It's making 310 horsepower and 390 pound-feet of torque, while the Tacoma makes significantly less power at 278 horsepower and 265 pound-feet of torque. As expected, this translates to a big acceleration difference, and you especially feel that with the low-end torque. There we are.
Really good.
Acceleration a little faster than 60 miles per hour with the Colorado. We're in the Z71 trim level. And of course, as we had mentioned earlier in the video, you do have those 3 different power outputs for a 2.7-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. Now that top output is going to be reserved for the ZR2, which we're not testing out today. But we do have the middle option, what they call the 2.7 Plus.
Yep.
And with this model, we have 310
horsepower. 310 horsepower, 390 pound-feet of torque. You really feel that nearly 400 pound-feet of torque when you get behind the wheel of this Colorado. It's definitely enough to really push you back in your seat and accelerate this mid-sized truck. I mean, it's not super small, up to 60 miles an hour very quickly.
And just like that, we are up to 60 miles per hour in this 2021 Tacoma. So I'm bored with almost every single version of the Tacoma, TRD, trim levels and above. It's going to be the 3.5 liter V6 engine. So that makes 278 horsepower, 265 pound-feet of torque. As far as the transmissions are concerned, it's an 8-speed versus a 6-speed automatic. While more gears don't automatically make a gearbox better, in this case the Chevys feel smoother and more responsive. However, only the Tacoma still has an available purist 6-speed manual. And as far as your transmission is concerned, you do have a 6-speed automatic on board. Shifting is very smooth. I don't really have any real complaints about this. It does shift around a little bit when you go up and down hills and stuff like that. Speaking of that, transmission. 8-speed automatic transmission. All the versions do have the same transmission. It's a nice partner with this engine. It's ready to go. You put your foot down, you get that downshift really nice and quick. It's also very smooth.
Yeah.
Definitely a notable improvement over the main competition. I'm thinking about the Tacoma with the 6-speed automatic. Definitely better than that. Now let's get into some things that impact you in everyday ownership. Fancy adaptive dampers and air suspensions are reserved for only high-end full-size trucks, so they both ride in the expected trucky way. What I mean by that is soft over large bumps and somewhat bouncy otherwise. And as far as sound insulation, we tested both of them on moderately smooth roads at 55 miles per hour, and the Colorado came out ahead in this regard at 57 decibels versus 60 decibels.
Let's get a sound level reading. .4 was our official Car Confections sound level reading. This is something that we like to do in every car that we review so we can compare just the noise level entering into the cabin to some of its rivals, and that is a very good reading for a mid-sized truck. And while we're up to speed here, I will get a sound level reading. And we're going to be sitting at 60.8 decibels. So that's a decent reading. That's certainly not like the quietest thing we've ever tested, but this is a mid-sized truck after all.
Finally, when it comes to fuel economy, there's no real difference between the V6 and Turbo 4. Well guys, that's where we're going to wrap up this comparison video. We are very curious about what you guys think and which one you'd pick. Would you choose the latest and greatest midsize truck? Or are you more into the rugged and always reliable Tacoma? It's also too early to tell, but the Tacoma has a legendary reputation for great resale value. So is that a huge factor in your decision? Let us know in the comments below. A new Tacoma is probably on the horizon, and we're already looking forward to a rematch. If you are as well, make sure to click that subscribe button because it will ensure that you don't miss future comparisons we make, as well as full reviews, future car news, new car debuts, and more. If you're already a subscriber, we thank you. And we also have more content on TikTok and Instagram as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.